So, souvenir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
One thing I have to ask you, please don't ask any questions when he is talking.
Okay.
Yeah, if he asks, so you can answer. But yeah, because he has to concentrate.
Okay.
So sometimes he cannot listen because it has a little bit difficult.
Okay.
So please enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Monitor, since just a few people. You're from where? Japan. You're from
Japan.
Japan.
Canada, Vancouver.
Okay. Nobody from USA. Okay.
Nobody. Oh yeah.
Welcome to Kumako. I am Frank Kamaka, second son of Sam Sr. Pictures on the wall. We started the business about 4 years ago. Now we're going to be able to take pictures. So we don't have to. So you're going to be here for only half an hour to cover the history of the ukulele as far as we can, plus the different models that have been manufactured. Queens to rule the kingdom of Hawaii. Now, during the period of time, the only thing that was developed was through agriculture, raising sugarcane and pineapple. I mean, it worked. And went out to the world and asked people to immigrate to Hawaii in order to get enough people to do the agricultural work. And people came from all over the world, different cultures, different languages. And on the way, some of the same things, used table chairs, houses. Everything on the different language was verbally different. So some of the things we didn't really understand. Now, when the Portuguese came in 1875, they brought strange musical instruments from Europe. Now, here in the Pacific area, when you want to make drums, you cut a coconut tree, take the center out, put a cover on, you have a drum. But the instruments brought from Europe, sanded very thin, put in the box to vibrate, had a fingerboard with frets. Unheard of here in the Pacific area. And they brought 3 instruments, which was the correct one to come. Number 1 was the violin, no frets on the fingerboard. The guitar, 24 frets, and the mandolin, 12 to 18 string. Unheard of in the Pacific area, so we didn't know what to do. So we had to rely on maybe the Portuguese craftsmen coming up with ideas. Now this man, Manuel Nunes, whose family still lives in Hawaii, he was one of the craftsmen. He solved the job. He took the guitar, reduced it to this size, 4 keys, 4 strings, 1 octave, 12 frets, and made it simple, easy to make and carry. Now, this instrument I'm holding was made by this man, 1900. So this instrument here is over 100 years old. Now, we'll show you this instrument. 1900 is by that year. My father and 9 of his sons had got to the point where they could build a box and get sound out of it. They weren't manufacturers yet, but they could build a box to get sound. 1900, the year this one was made. So they had got to the point where they starting to be craftsmen and manufacturers of the good. Now, 1900 is also a very important year for us because we came part of the United States of America, 1900. So the people who came, who immigrated to Hawaii, had signed a contract for 3 years. But if they wanted to stay, they became part of the kingdom. Now, the Organic Act signed by Congress of the United States of America made Hawaii a territory. All rights and privileges of citizenship, but we couldn't vote for the president or for members of Congress. You had to be a state. It took us 59 more years after 1900 before we became a state to be able to do that. So we can vote for the president this year as well as members of Congress because we have been a state since 1959. Now, this instrument was unknown in America until we became part of the United States in 1900. And musicians took the instrument, and some of them made, because it was a new instrument, they made money. Now, guitar makers at the time knew that this was going to be eventually be competition because it was a small, viable instrument, and felt the young people would be interested because it was easy to carry, dignity. The mandolin guitar was too massive, too big. But they found that they really would become very popular. Through the life, by the late teens, guitar makers started making ukulele, flooded the market. Because by 1920s, if you went to college, in those days, you wore different clothes, you did things differently. They call it style. And if you went to college, 1920s, two things you had to have. One was a coonskin coat to wear. The other was an ukulele. If you didn't have those two things, you didn't go to prestigious colleges like Yale, Harvard, Princeton, Cornell, Columbia in the United States. You had to be one of the crowd. You either wore the same things or you used the same style of thing. Now, during a period of time, from my father, with a bunch of musicians, went to New York. This is after the initial ones showed, but they found they could get a job at a hotel and rent around the bus and come back and be wealthy because a lot of people who introduced the ukulele to the United States made money and became pretty wealthy when they came. So my father and his friends thought they could do that, but they got stranded in New York City. I didn't have a job for them. So eventually, to get home, they went across the Hudson River to New Jersey with vegetable cards from New York, where earned money to buy a train ticket across country and a boat ticket from San Francisco. Well, my father was too embarrassed to come home. He had been away, so he took the money he earned and went to Europe. He was the only one who went to Europe, and he went there and he found out that the other ethnic groups, the Russians, Germans, English, French, Italian, Norway, Sweden, all the islands, all the countries around the Mediterranean, they built instruments differently than the Portuguese. Some built in thicker woods, bigger boxes, played with different sounds. My father spent 5 years, 1910 to the end of 1915, traveling throughout Europe and studying how the Europeans built instruments. Came back, began in 1916, opened his ukulele shop and started to experiment, trying to get a much more pleasing sound than the one from the Nunes ukulele. Because Nunes had relied on the violin sound for his ukulele. My father was looking for a more pleasant sound. He did find it. 1926, came up with this shape, showed the friends, I do something inside, like pineapple. A woman artist painted it. My father gave him credit for it, designed up a different shape for paint ukulele. But several years later, it was attributed to getting the true sound from the ukulele, which is what is being used by all ukulele makers today for the soprano. Now, I don't know how many anybody plays. You play? A lot of people from Japan play.
My grandmother played.
Yeah. You may have been exposed to it. Now, there's a tool that was used for 80 years, still being used today. And that tool was my dog and please. That tool is still being used. It teaches here in elementary, repeated middle school, high school, it's in America. That is the bass sound used by ukulele makers. Now, my father said, you don't go for the shape itself, you try to get the same sound. Once you get the same sound, can use the same chords. For the same, you can use for the same model. You take the soprano. The sound that you shoot for in the soprano is right here with the pineapple. The dog would flee. You go to the figure 8, different shape, you try to get the same sound level. Once you get the same sound, you use the same chord. You can do the same thing for the different models. You can go to the alto, using the tune of the dog would flee, and the tenor figure F. Once you get the sound level the same as a soprano, pineapple, you can use the same chords. Theory of instrument making. Great. Now, so by the time the end of 1920s, there were enough ukuleles that were being made. They had the deluxe model with the lunar string, the figure 8, the pineapple ukulele, the alto tenor, 5 models in existence. 1930 was a big depression. Most ukulele makers in the United States quit making ukuleles because of such a new product. Guitar makers quit making ukuleles, went back to making guitars because they knew they could sell it. In Hawaii, my father fought because the hot bird of ukulele making and playing was here from the beginning. He could sell some, even though there was a deep depression. I'm sure you picture my father's shop. And since you weren't alive, you lost out. See,
That's
they
19.
should stop it.
Oh,
Fully made like these, ready to go.
that's 1930.
Now, the price, $5, 1930. But you weren't alive, so you lost out. And so you could walk in the shop and buy a fully made model like this, $5. But that was 1930. But we couldn't, my father could sell to the Pacific area plus the area. And he sold to Japan. It was 1920s. The end of 1920s. We were selling to Japan. But you could buy them less than 5. You paid 5 here in Hawaii. How much did you pay wholesale for Japan?
10. $10?
You're going the wrong way.
Oh,
That's retail.
it's $2.
Wholesale's got to be less than
Oh yeah, of course. $2?
2.5,
2.5, half price.
$2.50. You could buy an ukulele for $2.50 in Japan. 1930. But you weren't alive, so didn't matter now. But we didn't pay transportation costs of customs, did we? We got $2.50. Now, this is my father. That's me. I was alive. I raised my hand when I asked a question. I was 5. Not old enough to go to school, but old enough to work. Now, when we grew up in America, in Hawaii, your father, fisherman, farmer, craftsman, you learned to do what he did. And as far as they were concerned, once you were big enough, you were old enough to work. Everybody had a job, you know. It wasn't like today's country. You know, everybody had something to do. There's so many different type of jobs, things to do by hand. And that's the way it was when we grew up. Now, we worked for my father, and all the factories were run the same way in the world. Central shaft with belts to the machine. And I know people have seen this, they call them the sweatshops in England, where they had belts going to sometimes 2 different floors to get the same thing done. But that's the way it was, and you had to be careful to put the belts on, because belt could pull you on the bandsaw, table saw, could damage your hands or lose it. I am 95. Did you count them all? They're all there.
They work, right?
I had to learn to put the belts on. My brother, who is 97, he has them on. My father said, you build these instruments correctly and safely. He insisted we do things right. But thank him for that. Now, we worked for my father all the way through high school. How much did we earn? We
Nothing.
finished the house we had. Clothes for the body, food for the stomach. We lived on the other side of the mountain. You had to come to Honolulu to go to school, and then you go to your father's shop and go to work. Now, school was maybe 2.5 hours to learn English, but they fed you lunch. So that's the only thing my father didn't pay for was lunch 5 days a week. But he took care of everything else. And when you live on the other side of the island, if you want to go to a store that's about 10 miles walking distance, again, forget it. The father took care of everything. And that's the way it was. Now, that's because of the Big Depression in 1930. Now, we were changing during this period of time. From the big shaft and central shaft we built, we're now changing. In the 1930s, we're changing and building machines with electrical motors. And this is the era of the craftsman. They were becoming a licensed carpenter, licensed plumber, licensed electrician, licensed auto mechanic when the automobiles came into being. So you all had to be qualified as a craftsman. And you were restricted to do that. My father couldn't take a plumber and make him make ukulele. No, he had to stay as a plumber because he had a license. If he tried to force a guy to change, he could sue you because he had the right. They were supposed to be such and such. Okay. Now, see, my father thought differently. He had 2 sons working for him, right? Earning all that money. He said he was free to send one of them to mechanical art school to learn how to put this machine in electrical motors. So he said, and I thought, once I become an electrician, my father's finally going to have to pay me. Because if it doesn't pay me as an electrician, I could sue my father. Right? Wishful thinking. So I graduated away from him to tell me when he's going to pay me 1 week, 2 weeks. He doesn't say anything about it. Pay. And but during the same period of time, development of the liquor. One man has taken the ukulele from us in 1930 and brought it back to where it is. Now, one man during the period of time from 1930 all the way up through 1977. Were you alive then? Anybody alive in 1977? If you were alive then, you should know this guy. He taught ukulele on the radio first, 1935, through after the Second World War ended in 1945. And the first one he taught ukulele was a TV. Big guy, teaching you on ukulele on the TV. TV came in this in 1948, after the end of the Second World War. How do I know that? That's the year I went to college. That's how I know I put it together. But this guy taught it all the way up to the 1970s, 1977. His first name was Arthur. Arthur who? Arthur Godfrey. Big guy teaching ukulele on TV, all the way up to 1977. He's the one that brought the interest of ukulele breaking and playing, because he taught it over the radio first and then into TV. After that, you can't miss him big guys. My father had made 2 tenors from it. Now, because of Arthur Godfrey, guitar makers wanted to give him something special. So they designed what they call the baritone ukulele. Baritone ukulele is the biggest ukulele made. but it's still like a tenor guitar. This is the backbone. It's still G, G, B, G, like a tenor guitar. Now, after that we taught, and my father were very busy through the 1940s, 50s, all the way through the 70s, very important, making ukuleles, etc. And after that we helped him to teach it. So my father, but after the end of the second, and because my father had my brother and I working, and he applied the idea of, we got close to a period of time, about 2 months after I graduated with my license. My father finally one night said, I have some papers for you to sign. And we were working for my father, of course, but I was hoping to get that pay raise to be as an electrician. When my father one night said, I have papers for you to sign. He signed the papers, and then he said, I've just made you partners with me in the business. We're now known as Kabaka and Son. He said, you two are ukulele makers for the rest of your life. And my brother looked at me and said, oh, no. Because this means my father's still the boss, we're still the workers, and we're still earning the same amount. Very disturbing. But 6 months later, because of the Second World War, we got drafted. And we got drafted and were given a chance to get a college education. We stayed in service, they would send us to college, we'd get a different career, get away from my father, put money in our pocket. We did exactly that. And we stayed away from my father for 8 years, from the end of the Second World War, 1945, and the Korean War. I don't really know that. After college, I got called back into the Korean War and served to the end. My brother got a job and he was earning all that money and going to college on his spare time to try to get a PhD. I got signed. Well, toward the end of 1953, after the Korean War ended, my father got very sick. He called us home. And when we got home, we found out my father was actually dying. On his deathbed in December, he said, I don't know if you two kept the business as market son, so you actually are part of the business. But see, the way the law read at the time, unless you were working with the business, you weren't getting paid. You had to be with the soil. My father said, I don't know if you two are going to take over the business, but if you do, remember, you're using the family name. So they're ruining that name by making junk. See, he was a perfectionist. Every ukulele made had to be perfect in looks and sound, or he wouldn't sell it. Well, my brother and I actually took over the business. My father died third week in December '53. January 1st, 1954, my brother and I took over and started using the emblem Double K. The Double K stands for two sons. My brother Sam Jr. and me, I'm Fred Sr. And we're still using the Double K because we're still around. Still around. Now, my father had only run this business for 37 years. That's 1/3 of 101 years manufacturing time, 3 years ago. 4 years ago, we celebrated the 100th anniversary of my father founding the company in 1916 to 2016, 100 years. But we took time off 3 years ago to recognize my father did run this business for 1/3 of the manufacturing time of 101 years. Now, during that period of time, my brother and I ran the business. It's only 46 years, 9 years longer than my father, but this is going to take you to the year 2000. And during that period of time, the last 3 models of ukulele manufactured and shaped with design right here in Kamaka. Now, in 1954, when we took the business over, all ukuleles were single octave sound. The alto is single octave, tenor is single octave, and the baritone is single octave. Now, 1959, Hawaii became a state. It became eligible to vote for the President of the United States in Congress, which we'll do this year. To celebrate that, my brother Sam designed a 6-string tenor double octave. This is the first double octave ukulele sound heard in the world in 1959. In 1967, my brother Herbert Otter, this picture's right here. He was the most popular player before Jake Shimabukuro today. He designed the bell-shaped ukulele with my brother, using a low G for picking purposes. When you press the right strings, you're going to get the down the three. Now, all ukuleles do the down the three except the baritone. Now, the last ukulele, the 8-string tenor double octave, designed by my brother right here in 1975. Double octave 8. So, of the 9 ukulele models of ukulele being manufactured worldwide, 4 were designed and come out. My father's pineapple, the double octave 6, double octave 8, and the bell-shaped Otasan ukulele. We named the bell-shaped ukulele after Otasan to give him credit for having to design that ukulele. Now, as we got close to the year 2000, computerization was being utilized and organized for manufacturing ukulele. So we decided to turn business over to our 4 sons, college graduates, all computer-oriented individuals. They have run the business for the last 30 years. Now, the way the tour is run, I have you for a half an hour give you the history of the ukulele, different models that have been made, and the history of the market. Now, as Phil about the year 2000. Now, the second half of the tour, you'll be going through the factory, and the 3rd generation of ukulele makers at the market will then take you through and show you how computerization has changed the way things are being made today. And they are actually advising the 4th generation of ukulele makers how to do things properly. I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I've got about half a minute more to go in my half an hour. And I want to thank you for being here, for listening to me. And I will now turn you over to the next generation after we take some pictures. You want to take pictures?
Okay.
Can I have a question? I have a question, is that okay?
Yeah.
Were there competing ukulele makers when your father was founding this company at the time? Were there other companies making ukuleles?
Yeah. I said, besides my father, there were 7 other people that were learning. Most of them became ukulele makers with names of companies after the names, like Kapai, Kumala, Watson. They were with my father, the initial 7 to 9 people who were interested in becoming craftsmen.
Did your father teach them?
Co-workers.
With your father?
Co-friends, anyway. Not necessarily co-workers.
And the other question,
Yeah.
all these famous people have the ukulele, kamakas?
Yeah.
So TV stars, even Elvis Presley?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, these people to have a kamaka ukulele. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it's strong.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
several different ones.
No, everybody. In the picture, they have a kamaka ukulele.
Yeah. They were-
So Kamaka is the best.
Yeah.
Kamaka is the best.
Well, we like to consider that. Okay. Right now, there are over 30 manufactured ukuleles in Hawaii alone.
Wow. Okay.
So there's a lot of,
Competition? No.
pick one name here,
Yeah.
but there's 30 or more. But you have to know what you're doing if you've been in business 104 years.
Yeah. You have the history.
But okay, the only thing we can say is, as far as professionalism goes, if you consider who Jake is, Jake Shimabukuro is considered one of the best ukulele players in the world today. He plays only kamaka. I can't say
He's not
anything
on
more.
Oh, Jake is here? Oh, this guy
Yeah,
here.
it's picture there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, picture time.
My father.
Ukulele.